Good evening. Welcome to Your Time to Shine. Your hosts, Darlene and Julie.
Your Time to Shine is a radio show designed to help you encounter your own divine gifts.
Welcome, everybody. And Julie and I are live from the beautiful Pacific Northwest. We're here to talk a little bit about energy and you, your body, your intuition, and then take callers after. So, you ready, Julie?
Oh, I am.
Cool.
Oh, that was a cool segue.
So tonight, what we would like to talk about is the words that we use and how they affect the health of our bodies. Now, we don't always think about, sometimes we think about what we say to ourselves, what we call ourselves, we judge ourselves, we may call ourselves names. And what is so amazing in the research that they've done with talking to cells is how it affects the health and shape of the cells, which in turn will be the health of your body. So Julie and I are talking tonight about ways you can remember how you can talk more lovingly to yourself and why that's so important. And Julie will start talking about the I am statement. And we're looking at it a little different than some people may have heard before. So, Julie.
Yes. So, the I am statement, it's a very powerful statement. When you say I am and you are using a negative, it's very powerful. Especially when you speak it with words, not just think it in your head, but actually speak it out loud with words. I am sad. I am tired. I am fill in the blank. So when you start using those powerful words, the universe recognizes that. And they say, hey, look, Julie says she's sad. Let's give her more of that. And then it just compounds and compounds and compounds until you feel like you're completely in this hole. A lot of times, and I know Darlene will talk a little bit more about this. She's started to mention about how we talk to ourselves. But when you're talking about yourself and you're using the I am statement, you really need to think about that. And if you are feeling tired, you say, I am recognizing the feeling of being tired. I am recognizing the feeling of, because then that way it takes away some of that energy dynamic behind it. So if you're going to use the I am statement, be very, very positive about it. I am happy. I am healthy. I am fantastic. Whatever it is, just use it in a very positive way, because like I said, our body, our cells, and the universe hear that, and they're just going to give us more of whatever it is that we ask for. Like Darlene and I have said before, it is an ask. It's a give and receive world. So be very careful about what you say.
Right. And also, it is, so the idea of affirmations, I don't know that they necessarily look at it the way we're describing it, as far as the words you say affect the health of your body and the cells and the structure. But it makes so much sense when you say affirmations. And affirmations are used in order to shift our energy, in order to shift our negative thought patterns. So here is another way you can look at affirmations. If you are feeling tired, you recognize that, you acknowledge that you are. So instead of saying I am tired, which would make your body even more tired and fatigued, or using the word fatigued or drained, you can say something like, I am looking for ways to energize my body. I am researching ways. I am going to do some jumping jacks at my desk. And so not just focus on the fatigue, but shift your thought pattern towards what it is that you would rather have. What else is possible? So using that I am statement can be the statement you use to shift yourself out of the fatigue, to shift yourself out of whatever seems to be plaguing you. And magic really happens when we pay attention to the words that we use.
Yes, absolutely. And with something else like that, a lot of times when we talk to people, they'll give us a compliment. And instead of just saying, oh, thank you, and accepting the compliment, we're like, oh, no, someone says, oh, you look great. Oh, no, gee, oh, I look terrible. I'm overweight. I'm this, I'm that, or whatever. And it's also learning about switching that thought process again, switching it into the positive, and just stopping and acknowledging the compliment and saying thank you and leave it at that.
My grandmother always used to tell me that.
Really?
When someone compliments you, just say thank you. Don't add, you don't have to add any more information. Always, when I was a little girl.
Your grandmother was a very smart woman.
Oh my goodness, she was so wise. And she's here with us every show we do. So as far as scientific proof, I know a lot of people are interested in that behind what is said as far as metaphysical conversations go. And Dr. Emoto, I'm sure many people are familiar with him and his books and the work he did around the structure of cells. He was a Japanese author, and he wrote a book about the structure of water and talking to the cells and talking and writing on them, the containers that they were in. There were negative words, there were positive words, and his study was about how that affected the structure of the water. So if you take that a step further, our human bodies are more than 80% water. So how we talk to out loud, or even as we're writing or thinking, our bodies, our cells are absorbing all of those thoughts. So if you want scientific proof, you can read about Dr. Emoto. It's so fascinating. And one of the studies was taking water from a polluted source. And he showed pictures of the cells and, the ill cells, and talking kindly and lovingly to the cells changed them into these beautiful crystalline structures. It's fascinating to see how what we talk about in the metaphysical world, it can be proven when people take the time and the chance. So be kind to yourself.
Yes. Exactly. Be very kind to yourself.
And also, I think you mentioned this, Julie, not just the words we say out loud, but the words what we're thinking. It's our thoughts and our beliefs are just as powerful and energetic as saying them out loud, and the actions that we take. Our bodies sense that, and our bodies will respond to even our thoughts. So,
yes, absolutely.
And then, so the next time you are ready to say, I am stupid, or something like that, that's not loving, try to rephrase or choose something else and think about how it definitely affects the health of your body overall.
Yes.
And so, are we ready to take some callers?
Yes, absolutely. Let's bring it on.
Cool. All right. So as you are asking your question, sometimes it takes us a minute or so to read into your energy. So remember that as you're asking, and we're just taking our time to gets in tune with your question and with your energy. So we have Carrie in Smyrna Beach. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Good. Welcome to the show. How can we support you tonight?
Thank you. Well, I have a lot of spirits around me, and I'm just wondering what you can get on that, like who they are and why they're here, and just the general questions.
Right. Do you get a sense of a lightness when they're with you, or sort of a mixed bag?
Sort of a mixed sense. I feel like there's numerous spirits around me. I can almost sometimes see them. I think like an apparition kind of somebody in print or something. I'm not really sure, but
that's awesome.
You have a capacity for oh, nice. I love that. And is it? Are they with you always, or when you're in your home? Where do you sense them most?
I think they're pretty much always there.
Cool.
Carrie, I'm getting the feeling that you have a grandfather with you. I feel his presence very heavily. And I feel like you could have some archangels around you as well.
Mm. I have lost a lot of people. There's been a lot of people in my life that have passed away. And, it's really odd because I lost a husband back in '96, and I know when he's around. But these other people that have passed away, I'm not really sure if they come around or if it's them or not.
Right. And just kind of an FYI, sometimes it doesn't even matter who they are. It's just their presence and their being. Of being there with you and knowing that, that they're there. Hang on, let me check in.
So it doesn't necessarily mean they want something?
Well, they want to talk. They want to support you and guide you. A lot of times they will have messages for us. So they're just looking at, trying to help us out with some of the things that are going on in our lives. So look for little signs that, that they're giving you.
Let me explain this to you a little bit and see if you could help me with it. Like I stated before, I had lost a husband years ago, and that was very traumatic, for me. And then in 2004, my 22-year-old son was killed in a motorcycle accident. And my husband that passed away, I'm able to feel him. I could even dream and visit him and stuff like that. But my son, I don't feel him at all. Like, is it because I'm not accepting to it, or is it because he's not there, or, it's crazy to me sometimes I think maybe he's really didn't die because I don't feel him like I feel the other spirits.
So sometimes what happens is every spirit has a different vibration. And so it could just be that, your son isn't coming in at a really high vibration that you can understand. So when someone passes over and, they go into the spirit world, they're trying to navigate their new life and their new energy level. And sometimes it takes them a little while to get to the, to be able to get to that a little bit better. And so that they can find that spot where they're able to communicate with you and you can communicate back. Sometimes it's that they have gone off and they've done other spiritual work. And so they're busy doing something else that they need to be doing.
He was very spiritual, he could do amazing past life readings and among other things. He was definitely a different breed of person. He had a lot of gifts.
I get the feeling that he is off doing other duties. And he is around, but maybe not as much as you would like. and he knows that that your past husband is there for you all the time. And so he feels like you're being protected, and he doesn't have to take over that piece.
Okay.
Darlene, are you picking up something else?
Are you getting any kind of communication from him?
Something about when you'd like to talk to him, just let him know, and he'll send you signs that he's around. Did he like music?
Yes, he loved music.
So he said something through music if you would like to talk with him.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
He's
He
showing
actually
me.
said that to me before he even passed away. He said that I'll make sure I come to you through the music.
Did he play guitar?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Did he play the guitar?
He played the drums.
The drums?
Mhm.
You like rock music?
Yeah.
So definitely through music. In your dreams, something about your dreams. Does he visit you in your dreams?
I can't get him to come in my dreams. I say it all the time, like, why won't you? Because my husband does. And it's almost, I feel like I get to visit with him, you know, like I said, it's very real. And I keep telling my son, you know, why don't you come in my dreams?
So when you're asking, are you already concluding that it won't happen?
No, not necessarily. I'm just telling him to do it. You know, I'm saying, will you please just come to my dreams so that I could see you again?
Would there be a resistance to it at all? I'm just sensing.
There could be, in a sense, that maybe I'm not accepting it, you know, because it is kind of, I haven't really accepted it, I don't think. You know, I haven't really, like I said, my husband's death was extremely devastating. I mean, it knocked me on the ground for 3 years, and my sons didn't do that to me. Like, I didn't, you know, like, fully mourn, and I think it's maybe because I'm not accepting it. I think. I'm not really sure why, you know. I try to just turn a blind eye to it, I guess. Maybe the pain, I'm afraid of it, you know?
Yeah. So what you can do, there's something that you can say, barriers down, which means anything energetic that you're blocking, as you go to sleep at night, say barriers down, and now you can come visit me.
Okay.
And that will leave room for him to come in. But yeah, I definitely sense that resistance. Are you familiar with Reiki or any type of gentle energy healing?
No.
If you look it up, Reiki, REIKI.
Okay.
I see that you're in Florida, and you'd probably be able to find somebody. And it's something that can just help alleviate the grief that you have stored in your body, and it can help release some of that resistance. And then I feel that you'd be able to communicate with your son more clearly.
Okay, that sounds great. I really appreciate it.
No?
You're very welcome.
Thank you. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So we have Julie in Georgia. Hi, Julie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'm in a particular hard spot in my life right now. Are you there?
Yes. Yes. How is it that we can support you in that?
I'm in a particular hard spot in my life right now, and I'm going through a divorce from a 37-year marriage. My husband is a bipolar/narcissist, and I had our son. He's sitting right next to me. His name is Dakota, and he's going to be 17 this weekend, and we're alone. I've been kept woman, and of course I've realized that it was my choice because I married him when I was 18. I loved the man. He was sick, And we did these spirals over and over again. Of course, bipolar is a very hard illness. And each time it got really bad. Last year, he put the house in my name. It's paid for. I was a kept woman by choice. I am a light worker myself. Sort of like tried to retire, move from upstate New York to Georgia, and retire. And because I was getting vampired, and on top of my husband's illness and my son's reactions and growing up with my husband, it was very hard for me to block things that I could not block. I'm highly intuitive, born that way. I can't remember being any other way. And so we moved here, started over, and I feel like I'm dumped here. I chose it for my son to have a new start and all that. But now he's out of the picture, and he's divorcing me, and it happened all of a sudden. Like 3 weeks ago, he said he was going back down into the pit, and he was going to, it was going to be bad this time. So I'm in a position where I'm kind of scared because I only have a 9th grade formal education. My work has been readings for colleges through a entertainment center, and hundreds and hundreds of readings that I did and stuff like that. I was like your closet mystic because I didn't like the title because it was very hard for me to use my energy anyway. So I mean,
right.
be the vessel. And
the first thing I would recommend, Julie, is to do some clearing. Before you start with anything else, spend a couple of days just clearing your energy, destroying and uncreating any past lives you have with your husband, any oaths and commitments and contracts that you've had with him.
He just started divorce procedures and paid for it.
I'm talking about like past lives. Those the kind of contracts and commitments.
We were definitely in past lives.
The energetic ties that you have to him. So, one of the ways that I remember a few years back, I would call in Archangel Michael and ask him to cut those cords, and then be specific about which ones. All those past life oaths, commitments, promises that you made to each other throughout all of your lifetimes. That would be a really good place for you to start. And also do some entity clearings, sending entities back to where they came from. So Julie, maybe you can support Julie with that. But definitely, so clearing past life connections to him and doing some this lifetime entity clearings. Because that's saying wherever you go, there you are, and the entities come with you. So Julie, if you wanted to give her a tip on how to clear some of the entities that are with her.
Right. So as far as the entities go, I was taught something similar, and it doesn't really matter what the wording is, as long as your intent is there. I command. You don't just say, oh, I would really like, no, I command that all negative energies, attachments, wayward spirits, and earthbound spirits are to leave my body and my home now, and go into the light for purification, or return to the dimension from which you have come. And so it is.
Absolutely.
Just whatever it is that you say, just be very commanding about it. I would also suggest that after you do some clearings, that you set your intention with spirit, and you tell them that you only will be accepting of spirits that are the highest vibrating, most loving, for your best and highest good. And when you do that, when you set those boundaries, then it'll be harder for those other ones to come into your life. Because you mentioned something about vampires. I'm assuming that those are probably, not the good spirits. So if you set some boundaries.
No. Energy vampires, like my clients, I would say, don't come back to me for 6 months, things like that. I mean, it was like I always stepped aside for them and my husband and everybody else. And, And like right now I'm a little bit lost because I'm so used to, I'm conditioned, okay,
Right.
by my life with my husband.
Julie,
and
I
the
hate
things
to interrupt, but we're running out of time. We have a few seconds left. We can finish our conversation if you go to our Facebook page, Your Time to Shine, and Julie and I can give you a few more words of confidence to help you through this, okay?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
You are welcome. So it's
You're
Your
welcome.
Time to Shine on Facebook.
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So we're wrapping up another fun night. Thank you so much for being here with us. And please visit our new website, yourintuitivementors.com. And there is information there where you can have a reading with Julie or with I and read some information about the both of us. And we look forward to hearing from you. And we'll be posting about classes we're planning soon.
Oh, yeah. Very exciting.
About how to tune into your intuitive gifts. We just did one here in Portland, and we look forward to doing them online pretty soon. So if you visit our website, we'll have that up.